Look at them. They are amazing, beautifully looking, very underrated cables. And now I will shine some spotlight on them so you can discover your next audio cable. I think they are the most valuable audio cables on the market. They are not the best cables, but the cables that bring the most value for money you're giving. And what is so great about these RCA cables? Well, nothing particularly in its build quality. It is an oxygen-free copper cable, something that many cable manufacturers these days use. To my knowledge, there is no silver inline inserted cable or anything fancy. It has its own gold-plated cinch, nothing spectacular. Oehlbach say it's a very robust and flexible cable, therefore it will last an eternity. And it is how Oehlbach is able to present warm tonal realism with this cable. It is incredible how much at this level this cable is able to present details and structure, which are very grounded. This cable is for people who don't search for that pitch black background of clarity and transparency, but cable that is musical and respect its source so it can show all the production tricks behind a record. This is a romantic cable with bass bit elevated to give this full character, which is smooth but is not too much drowned in its own sweetness. This is especially necessary to explain that soundstage will be open, but it also is going to be weighty sound, so don't expect that soundstage to be grand. But that will all depend on what amp or speakers you're using, because they are mostly responsible for soundstage size and scope. But Oehlbach does allow that soundstage to spread its wings and instruments to be heard on a sea of sonics. I myself enjoy listening to this cable for longer periods of time, and is a package that delivers a lot of sonic qualities in a very affordable pricing. And it works especially well with sonic characteristics of a turntable. These cables are my most valuable cables on the market, and it will pair fantastically with any system. But I need to speak about second best valuable cables on the market, in my opinion, and that is QED Performance 40i. And how Oehlbach is the moon, very romantic and pleasing, QED is the sun, very revealing and engaging. They are two different cables with different sonic signatures. Some might like more QED, and I completely get it. There is no cable on the market in this level that will make your system sound this clear and open. QED is known as King of Transparency. If you are all about that crystal clean, transparent sounding like window clean cable, then this one is for you. First time hearing this cable, if you jump from something like basic cables, will be shocking how much more you can hear. They will lift the fog from instruments and set free your hi-fi system to flourish and impress. Now you will hear more finer details in the song, instruments will be closer to you and more three-dimensional. Sometimes this cable will be so transparent that any gaps and pauses will really be noticeable. The other problem is that it will punish bad production. In general, sound of this cable can be characterized with bright. It will push your treble up and will expose a lot of details from music. In my personal experience with some music, it can cause sound fatigue, and therefore I was reluctant to have them always as my daily driver. Even with all this being said, I think that 40i are exceptional cable. That soundstage and transparency can be addicting and very exciting. It will just require from you more thoughts into what system you're pairing it. But if you find them a great partner, it will reward that union with some incredible, revealing and engaging sound. So another big recommendation from me. If you enjoyed this video, please support this channel by liking and subscribing. Thanks a lot.